Hello everybody, Martin here, back with another Legacy video playing Storm. Today I am playing something of a brew within the confines of Storm. And not, I wouldn't say it's my brew, so maybe brew is wrong, but something a little bit different from what I'm used to playing. First of all, in the main deck, back on, good old Ad Nauseam. Accompanying that is a Chrome Mox, and I've got double Past and Flame still, and then I'm trying out one Dark Petition. So pretty heavy on like business. No Empty the Warrens though. Down to 14 lands. And it looks like we have an opponent, so let me just quickly join this match so that I don't lose that queue. And I'll go to the match in a second. Yeah, I got double island. Trying that constellation that I've seen Caleb Shearer play quite a bit, because we're no longer splashing green. We don't need the trop in the sideboard. Sorry, in the main deck, and I've shaped the Badlands due to no Empty the Warrens, and just due to being an Ad Nauseam deck, I've replaced it with a Chrome Mox, kind of trying to be got a 13th cantrip, so to speak, in the Preordain. Now for the sideboard, where the real wacky stuff is going on. This is a sideboard plan that I originally heard from my friend Kai of Storm Fame and Fortune, top 8 or top 4, I think, Grand Prix. Was it Kyoto? I forget. It was like the second to last Japanese Grand Prix, I think, or the last one. Anyways, Kai is a Storm enthusiast, and he told me that Japanese Storm players were experimenting with Doomsday against Miracles. Doomsday with Emrakul and Sheldog Isle as the win condition. The theory being that Doomsday can often be cast through a counterbalance, because converted mana cost 3 is sort of awkward, but also like your aim is to get it down before the counterbalance really comes online. Just power out a Dark Ritual and Doomsday, and then the rest of your win condition is uncounterable. Sheldog Isle, Emrakul. Now this is a bit of a weirdo thing. I'm testing it out. I don't know how great it's going to be, especially if someone sees it coming. It's very soft to out of Miracles. It's very soft to Karakas and Terminus, but Karakas has been like very rarely played, I think, in Miracles for a good long while. And Terminus, well, the hope is they don't have Terminus after sideboard, or at least that they aren't sitting on it. And I also bring in a couple of discard spells just to load up on discard in that matchup. And these two also come in against combo, obviously. Empty the Warrens is for Delver and Eldrazi. The recalls and the Vapor is, or the recalls are for Eldrazi. Chain of Vapor is just a nice catch-all. And then I've got 2 Massacre. Mind you, though, Death and Taxes is still just completely underrepresented on Magic Online. If I was to take this list to a paper event, I would hedge my bets with more than just 2 Massacre. I would likely play some number of Massacre and maybe some number of Dread of Night or alternatives. But it looks like our opponent is ready, so let's go and join here. And we are on the draw with a pretty decent hand, so let's keep that. This hand is not that happy to be discarded turn 1. Other than that, it looks pretty good. It looks like we're not getting discarded. We're getting Sensei's topped. So here I almost feel like turn 1 brainstorming and just trying to go for the win, because we're up against Miracles. Most likely it's Miracles or Storm, I would say. And if it's Miracles and they just have the turn 2 counterbalance and they're just like a YOLO slam it, then we will have lost likely. But the brainstorm gets so much better after, like, on the next turn. And yeah, I think it's just much more likely that we'll be able to to get a win that way. So let's play the Tarn and not crack it, and make them have to respect us having like counter magic for their counterbalance if they were to have it. Yeah, of course. No fear. Well, let's brainstorm in response. We might be able to eke something out. Well, we basically have to bank on them not having so what we can do is we can take our turn and cast Duress and hope they, then two things must happen. A, they do not have Force of Will in hand and a blue card, and B, they choose to flip the top to counter the Duress. Still not sure if that really gets us where we need to go, though. But, well, let's try. So that resolves. Alright, so let's Duress them. See if we can get lucky. Uh-oh. That's not getting lucky. That is us losing. Jeez. Well. I think we just have to take the counterbalance, which means they can't take a Force of Will. If they find Force of Will on the top. And we have to just pass now and hope that they don't have a 2-drop or a land on top, basically. That their Sensei Stop can find. So let's try and cast a Petal. See where that gets us. They're looking. So them finding a 2-drop would be kind of bad. Oh, sorry, a land, I mean. And they don't. Okay. So I guess that could mean that, well, that I guess increases the likelihood that there is a 2-drop. So I guess now the question is, what do we do here? Do we Infernal Tutor? I mean, I think we Infernal Tutor. They have the 2-drop. They flip it if they do. They don't save it. In either case, it doesn't matter. If they have the 2-drop, we're out. Okay, well, either they didn't find anything or they don't have it. So let's see here. We have 4 in the yard. That can become... Yeah, well, it'll have to... This one will have to be unthresholded, threshold, I guess. Wow, they're really... So, I mean, I guess what could be on top here is a Force of Will, which will flip to counter, what's it called? To counter the Ad Nauseam, or it could be a Jace, in which case they counter Past in Flames. And I mean, let's just sack this for red and play this last Cabal Ritual. So let's see, Storm is 6, it will be 7 with this Infernal Tutor, and we will then have, we have 7 in the 7 in the mana pool, 10 with the Lion's Eye Diamond. So it'll be 8 with the Infernal Tutor, and Storm is 7. Let's say we get another Infernal Tutor, cast that, 6 mana left, Storm is 8. Get the final Infernal Tutor, cast that, 4 mana, Storm is 9. get tendrils, but if they have a 4 on top, they then flip it to counter the cast tendrils copy and will only deal 18. Tricky, tricky, tricky. So, I mean, if they have the 4-drop, they get us that way. And so we might as well go for the Past in Flames. So I guess it's just a question of working out what do we think it is most likely that they have on top, a 4-drop or a 5-drop. So they have 4 Force of Will. Those are 5-drops. They are likely to have less than 4 Jace. And I don't think they play any other 4-drops unless they're running off the wall stuff like, what's it called? Like Moat or something. So I think going for the 4-drop is better. Do we sack the LED in response? No, I guess we don't. I guess we might as well wait. They are really ballsy if they had a 2-drop on top the whole time. And also quite sort of mean. They could have just flipped it. So what could be on top, right? It could be like a couple of 1-drops and a Mentor. Or just 3 1-drops. Or like Force of Will, Mentor, 1-drop. Well, they are not making a move. So maybe they've gone to the bathroom. Who knows? I guess so. They had the second counterbalance, which is why they were like happy to just slam the first one. And it is like top counterbalance, just as lights out for a lot of decks. So I guess I don't blame them for that. Okay, finally. Counterbalance trigger resolves. They choose not to reveal. I guess we get the Past in Flames and hope that it is a Force and not an ad nauseam. Sorry, and not Jace the Mind Sculptor that is hiding there. Oh, bummer. So they had the 4-drop. Yeah, and we have to concede now because they can just keep floating the Jace, so we can't flashback the Past in Flames. So, okay. So, let us bring in the 2 discard spells. Let's bring in the 4 Doomsday. Let's bring in the Shelter Isle and Emrakul. Let's remove Ad Nauseam since we don't want to flip Emrakul to our Ad Nauseam. And we're sort of going for a different thing. Let's remove the Chromox. Dark Petition is quite nice with Doomsday. Let's remove a Past in Flames. Do we remove a couple of lines? Infernal Tutor is part of the main combo engine just to be more sort of in on the Doomsday and have room. I don't feel like we were supposed to be removing cantrips, and I don't think we're supposed to be removing rituals. So I think actually removing a few tutors and a few artifact mana, probably LEDs before Petals, as Petals will cast the Doomsday, but so this way, are we still functionally able to really win with the tendrils? Like Infernal Tutor, chain of bunch of rituals, Infernal Tutor for Past in Flames and tendrils? I think we are. I think maybe we can shave 1 petal. Alright, well, here goes. Now the thing I guess that doesn't feel that great about this plan is that if we were to win game 2 here, having lost in the play, sorry, having lost game one is like, what do we do for the third game? But I guess we'll worry about that when we get there. So we want to play first, and yeah, let's keep this. This lets us like discard, and then if we get lucky, we draw like we draw. Our opponent has a pretty beastly hand. Double Flusterstorm, Brainstorm, Snapcaster, Island, Delta, Tundra. All they're really missing is top. So once we get to 3 mana, the Snapcaster comes on. So I think we have to take the Brainstorm here. So we take the Brainstorm and then we therapy them at some point, and Flusterstorm get trades with one Flusterstorm trades with therapy. So maybe we're supposed to take the one Flusterstorm now, but then they just hide the second one with the Brainstorm. So let's take the Brainstorm. And let's play the Petal to not give them Storm for their Flusterstorm, since we're not really planning on winning with Storm anyways. Play out the Tundra pass. So let's ponder. Yeah, that's pretty good. So okay, so what? So we therapy them now, they fluster. We untap, we duress them, take the fluster, we brainstorm. But then they get to play their third land. In case if we don't draw the Doomsday right there, then they get to play the third land, and then the Snapcaster is live. So probably I just pass now. So let's start off with the Brainstorm. Let's put back one ritual and take a fetch. So I guess I think I'd rather wait with the discard spells until we actually are ready to go off. We do risk them just slamming a counterbalance. So I think I want to draw and get the fetch land actually. And then I want to fetch end of turn on their turn. Yeah, they can Snapcaster Brainstorm, that's fine. Maybe I'm supposed to Brainstorm here actually. And not wait. Yeah, I think I like that. While they're tapped out, because we actually really need this Brainstorm to resolve. I want them to like... Oh, okay, well that was pretty sweet. So let's do like this. Sure. Counterbalance it is. So I think we need to draw the duress as well. So I think we have to pass. I think there's a fairly high chance they hit a 1-drop on top there. Also, these fetch lands will give them a lot of free looks. Double counterbalance, sure. Let's give it a go. See what they reveal. 2-drop, sure. So they want a second look. 3-drop. They have a counterspell, perhaps? Alright, so what do we take here? I think we take the counterspell. Then we therapy them. They have to Flusterstorm that. Then we duress, then they lose both Flusterstorms, and then we can, do we have enough mana for that? So we will exactly have enough mana, but that means they cannot find another 1-drop or a 2-drop or a 5-drop or a land. So it's a pretty much of a long shot, but let's see how we go. So they have double Fluster Snapcaster. Alright, let's see, no more flashing, no more shuffling, I mean. There was 1-drop. And it's a Ponder, so that's really good for them. And the Snapcaster, I think we've just lost, sadly. So I guess unless we go Cabal Ritual and they let that resolve, but why would they with double Flusterstorm and Lion's-Eye Diamond? So we would have 6, 9 mana, then Dark Petition, 4 floating, and Storm would be enough to Flusterstorm, so no. Yep, this is looking pretty bad. Honestly, I don't think we're ever beating the double Fluster Snapcaster right now anyways, so even if they don't have to find top, but top would sort of seal the deal, I think. Okay, so they shuffle. So they don't know what's on top. Wow, what a brick. So that actually means that we can't even win right now with the Doomsday. Yeah, let's just pass. What a sad state of affairs. Well, that's actually not a completely uninteresting card. I think we need to wait. There is I mean, we have made it harder for ourselves with the stuff we've cited out, but there is a world where we can win with natural tendrils, I guess. So I think we wait one more turn just to get another card in hand. Hope they don't draw into the top. We're not looking too good right now because we don't have enough base mana to get going. And they flip. Of course they do. Well, let's see if they fluster this. Or if they have some other answer. They might just be thinking that, you know, sit on my double fluster, which will indeed be fine. So we have 10 mana. If we had 5 more, we could Emrakul. So we can go Dark Petition, that takes us down to 6. Dark Petition takes us down to 8. And then 8 becomes 11 with a Cabal Ritual. So that's not really going to work. So they have triple Flusterstorm, by the way, because of the Snapcaster in hand. So there's just sadly no way we're ever resolving any of these goodies. And the Tendrils is like, we can pay with the Lion's Eye Diamond, like if that were to resolve. I don't think they can really counter that, or they'll have to waste their Snapcaster stuff. So we can pay with the mana we have left, which, depending on whether or not they let Dark Petition resolve, is going to be more or less. But I guess triple Flusterstorm. Yeah, it looks like they're flustering for the first time. Okay, Snapcaster. Snapcaster counterspell, okay. So I guess they can't really counter the Lion's Eye Diamond then. Man, if they were like to tap out for counterspell here, I would just wet myself. So we have 5, 8 mana. So we cast the Tendrils and they fluster. And then we pay and they fluster again. So yeah, we're just completely gone. But let's just do it for our own sense of satisfaction, I guess. So it's not even lethal. So I'm feeling quite a bit like defeatist right now. Yeah, so let's just concede actually. Well, that was a bit of a flat feeling, but sometimes you just get counterbalanced. And I mean, obviously, we would have had in game 2 here, we would have had a better shot had we played like a grinding station strategy, because as the game panned out, because we just they had a really strong opening hand of double Flusterstorm Snapcaster, and even though we did get the discard spells to line up against that, I don't think maybe I didn't play them as optimally as I could, and they just ended up sort of getting to their combo before we got to ours. Alright, well, that was game 1. Let's hope game 2 goes a bit better, or round 2, but I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you for some more action. Bye-bye.